Imagine an app that makes it easy to find a new place. If you're among the army of renters throughout South Africa, or you're a property owner looking to find a decent tenant, then you'll love this next story.
When was the last time you tried to rent a place? It sucks, right? You're presentable, have good teeth, and a credit record whiter than the driven snow. You're lined up against the wall with hundreds of applicants bidding the price of a black market kidney on a tiny city pad, only to be passed over for some guy who plays in a drum circle on the weekends. And when was the last time you rented your place out to someone? It sucks, right? You field hundreds of calls from randoms with any number of questionable hygiene habits, get them through your door, and buy a small stake in a stain removal company to preempt their eventual eviction. A local startup, Ikaya, has taken cognizance of the problems that landlords and tenants face in an increasingly competitive local rental market, and they're offering a solution that suits all parties. Think of it as Airbnb for home rental. Ikaya aims to connect property owners and property hunters easily. So how does it work? Tenants create profiles for themselves on the mobile app, including credit information and references. The profile vibe allows tenants to apply to multiple properties at once and gives landlords a much clearer risk profile of applicants using objective data from both financial and social sources to create a weighted rating for tenants, which, significantly reduces the likelihood of a landlord having to remove blue hair dye from a bathtub. So this is obviously a paid-for service, right? Wrong. It's free to landlords. How then do they plan on making the cash monies, and how will they get people to move over to their platform from websites like Gumtree?
So Ikaya is free for everybody to come in, landlords and tenants, to come and list and browse the properties. We're aiming to monetize it by doing stuff downstream, by handling rental payments and helping landlords manage their risk. The majority of people around the world do it on sites like Gumtree, which are just generalist classifieds. The problem with that is that they're very opaque, there's no trust and transparency. So key to what Ikaya is and key to luring people away from services like Gumtree is to bring names and faces and data to a space that could really benefit from a trust layer or an intermediary to help people rent better in general. We think that value proposition over a long period of time, the reputation and the trust, is what will ultimately be a winner in the space.
Aha, the insurance gambit. Genius. So what happens if you're a tenant with a poor profile on Ikaya? Are you doomed forever?
So there's two components to Ikaya. The one side is the reputation that you'll carry from place to place to place. And on a long-term basis, that means that you're already incentivized to be a better tenant from the outset, because your reputation will follow you. But one component of the application process has been credit checking. Now, for a lot of guys, this is the first time they ever see their credit scores, and often they don't understand it. Sometimes you're going to get yourself as an orange or a red score and not understand why. So part of what we're trying to do, and part of where the reputation and the credit checking dovetail, is really about saying, cool, you landed with an orange credit score. This is why. Here are some steps that you can take to get yourself back up to green, even from red back up to green in about 6 to 8 months. So when you think about bringing the two things together, the credit score and your long-term reputation, after about 10 years of renting, you've got a fantastic record, which enables you to apply for a bond or additional credit sources if you need to. So basically, just by the process of renting, something you need to do anyway, we can really help with the financial education and rehabilitation of guys who perhaps didn't understand how they got to a poor place in the first place.
At the moment, the app only works in Cape Town, but the team plans on scaling to Johannesburg and Durban as soon as possible, with an eye on global expansion. The only challenge now is adoption. For this to work, it needs lots of would-be tenants and a broad range of landlords. But if Ikaya is solving as big a problem as they say they are, they shouldn't have any problem.